completely forgot to bring all the questions I had written down.
Mix them up on the fly.
I'm trying. I have been so far. It worked pretty well originally. Let's see. I see you both have unusual hair colours at the moment, let's say. Do you tend to wear wigs or dye your own hair, or what would you recommend?
Always wear wigs.
I try not to. I despise wigs with a passion, but there are select few costumes where I do have to wear them for. So if at all possible, my hair is going to be blonde and slicked back. I've chosen a lot of the characters around that whole setup.
Like Cypher and Wesker. Yeah, I always wear wigs just because I used to be able to use my own hair. When it was all blonde for Riku, I would put my hair up and add hair, like extensions, just kind of wrap it in there. But now I have half black, half blonde, so it doesn't work for any characters really. So, and I don't recommend dyeing your hair like blue or pink because it never comes out the right way. It always just fades. And I mean, maybe sometimes it would, but it's hard to style real hair in weird anime, gravity-defying styles.
So our house is full of wigs.
Oh yeah, tons. I have a box full of just wigs and bags. It's creepy.
Wow. Considering the time and expense put into making things, what do you do with a costume once you finish with it? Would you, say, take it apart and make it into other things, or would you keep it?
I try to rewear them several times, and then that actually is a problem. We're running out of space.
Yeah, we have a room devoted in our house entirely to cosplay, so it is now creeping into our basement, and it's taking up half of our storage space.
And into the shed outside. Because my big costume that had these big arms and wings and a big mask is hanging in a kind of on a chain in our shed. So if anybody would look in the window, they'd be like,
"What's going on in there?" But no,
strange cultist figure.
I have less costumes, but I tend to rewear mine at many different conventions as it goes down through. Pixie Kitty will wear hers for maybe 2 or 3 times, and it may be another year or two until she actually even gets to that. But we've not torn apart many of our costumes so far.
No,
I think we may have thrown away 1 or 2, and that's about it.
Yeah, sometimes when you first start.
Even some of my original ones I have stored away in just a box, just folded up just for, hey, I'm going to take a look at it every once in a while. But I don't know if I'm ever going to get rid of some of the first, 1 or 2 costumes I had.
Oh, yeah, I have some memories the first one time.
You don't realize how much you improve until you look back at an old costume. Because you don't always, you're just doing it for years, and you're like just trucking along, and you're learning. But when you pull out an old costume and compare it to your work like 5 years from now, it makes you feel happy because you're like, wow, I actually did get better. I learned. So.
Even in a year, it's a big improvement over a year. You can go, this is what I made last year, this is what I'm making this year.
Oh, yeah, I imagine it's not like artists in that sense. How with someone's first edition, you can say Fruits Basket. Look across the different manga and go, wow, this was bad when it first happened. Yeah. I did love it, but I didn't notice at the time how new the artist was to drawing in the beginning. Do you still think you're quite proud of your older things, even though you'd say you're more skilled now?
Some of them, yeah. A lot of times, like, I'll remember something, and I was so proud of this, I want to wear it again, and then I pull it out, and I'm like, ooh, I need to fix some stuff.
I gotta see what I gotta change here.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I'm still really proud of, because I remember it's how I learned how to do this or that, or work with a vinyl. So, yeah.
Well, considering expense and, I wouldn't say hoarding, but keeping the things...
Fabric.
Yeah. Keeping the things you created. You say you have, you both have jobs completely independent of this, like not selling off?
Yes, most definitely. I would love to have a job in this style, but that's just not possible for us, so...
I suppose the only application I could think of was doing it professionally and being paid to turn up to conventions and selling off of the garments. Would you consider selling off, or would it just kind of be your thing?
I've sold some things. I actually am. When I get back from here, I have a couple costumes I'm going to be selling that I know I'm never going to wear again. But some things have sentimental value, so...
If you want to advertise, feel free, by the way.
I'm going to sell my Sasami from Tenchi Muyo and Princess Peach and a Festival Goer Riku costume on my site at pixiekey.net. plug.
But we've kind of made cosplay just as a hobby. We both looked at it a few times and said, maybe we should make some stuff for the website and see what we can sell on there. But it comes down to that we don't want to make a time frame. This is how fast we have to make something. Or even beyond that, is someone actually going to like what we send them?
Yeah. I don't want to make a hobby that's fun into a job and then possibly start hating it, feeling like it's a chore.
So if we don't finish a costume for a convention, you know, it's not a big deal. You know, we can wait till the next one.
That said, since you get invited to things, do you consider yourselves professional cosplayers, or is it still very much a kind of stays in the hobby bubble?
I would consider us more experienced cosplayers rather than. I mean, I guess it depends on what you consider professional. If you think professional is like you have a business, then no. But if you think professional, you have experience and you have a lot of knowledge to share with people, and you feel like you could, you know, bring a lot of, I don't know, like ideas to people, I guess.
It's been a common question, so this is not the.
It just
not the
depends
first
on
one.
like what professional means to you. Consider us experience.
We didn't even going for. I think we were going for a while. I'm not sure. What I'll say this is the final one then. I'll probably be wrong. Both. I'm guessing you're not using your real names. I'll just assume. So, what has made you want to use a pseudonym, Pixie Kitty and Neon Genesis? I mean, was it just to kind of keep your IRL personas completely separate, or is it just so you can, as in thing people can call you, or like a nickname?
I was actually given my name back in college. My roommates saw this is what I was doing. I hadn't had a nickname yet. So he'd been making fun of me since Neon Genesis was by far, and still is my most favorite anime. So he kind of twisted around to Neon Genocide, and I've actually kept to it. And it's still a little violent now that I think back at it in my years.
Thought about that really
but it's really tough to go back through and change, you know, your persona
They'll
online.
always, like, if you start with that name, that's what people refer to you as. I mean,
It's really tough to change something that happened, you know, 15 years ago, 10 years ago to now.
I don't care about people knowing our real names. I used to be weird about it, but then I realized it's not like anyone's going to come and stop me or kill me. I actually, now that I've gotten older with cosplay and I've been doing it for a long time, I'm more like, it feels odd when people call me that name, like Pixie Kitty. It seems weird. It seems like a 15-year-old name. So I actually introduced myself as Jamie, who's Josh. So, I mean, either way, we answered it either. But my name came from, it was like maybe I was 15 or something, and I was replying to a chain email that one of my friends sent, and I saw somebody's email was Pixie Kitty, and I was like, that's so cute. And this is before I cosplayed. So I made a screen name with it, and then whenever some of the public cosplay sites started popping up, I wanted to make accounts, and I just default made that name.
Yep,
I didn't even think anything about it, like it was going to be an alias or anything.
Most of mine defaulted right to that.
And I got my website, which actually when I first got my pixiekitty.net website, it wasn't for cosplay, it was just, I like to design websites, so I would make a website, like a fan site for Parasite Eve, which I love that game, or like a little site where I would make different layouts for people to use, or icons, and then later when I started cosplaying, I used my site, I kind of converted it to a cosplay site. It has other things connected to it, but mostly it's a cosplay website.
Well, I think that's mostly everything. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Any thoughts on your mind?
I miss my cats.
Yeah.
I do. I miss them. They're very squishy and I miss them. That's why I'm
It's been a wonderful experience so far coming over here. Everybody's been so wonderful. So we're.
And also, British accents are the cutest things in the world. So cute.
Yeah, we have to laugh every
They make
once in a
me
while,
smile.
every time someone speaks.
Not laugh. I just smile because they're adorable. I want one.
Can you distinguish between the multiple ones though? Because everyone...
A little, yeah. Some people have like a thicker one.
There's a broad range.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
And it's the same in America, I imagine.
Yes, we have a little bit different. I mean, even some of our
was
accents, we
joking.
have trouble understanding what they're saying. So it's.
If I was Southern, I'd be like, wait, that's how I would talk. It's not hard. Not quite that stupid, but it's very different from just, I mean, we're not considered in America to have an accent at all. I don't know what you guys think of it as.
People from their own towns tend to think they don't. I don't think I do. I've been corrected multiple times on that idea.
You have a very light accent.
Thank you. It's actually completely the wrong accent though. I'm from Yorkshire. I shouldn't sound like this at all. I should be swearing a lot more. A lot more kind of pie my lover kind of thing.
Oh.
That's much more of that's Western, I suppose.
I know we've been seeing that as here that there are a more difference than what we're.
What kind of accent is that? Is it English? I wasn't sure. But he was from Peru, so that's why he didn't have an accent from.
Nice surprise. Right, I think that should be more or less everything. Thank you, Pixie Kitty and Neon Genocide, or Jamie and Josh for the interview.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.